Want to make sure everything's good. Okay. All right. Audio works. Edit this stuff. Boom. Yo. Thanks, bro. No music? I have my Spotify playing and I just muted or I changed the audio in my settings. So I can listen to copywritten music, but you can't. Nerd. I just got like super atmospheric stuff going right now. And it's just playing through my speakers while I charge my headset. Gotcha. What are you up to, Ben? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you getting into, huh? Oops. What fun did you have at the DMV? So I drove to the DMV and then forgot an important document. Drove back. Then I drove back to the DMV, and then everything went smoothly. I brought everything I needed to, but one thing. But I was like in and out basically. There was no super long line or anything. So, but the traffic was so bad. Yeah, it was like a 25-minute drive too. So whatever. But afterwards, brought my mom and my grandma out for dinner. So and then got a little bit of whiskey. Okay. Nice. What whiskey? I got a little bit of Four Roses action. So got some bourbon running through these. Got bourbon running through this bloodstream tonight, boy. Now you're going to make me want to pour a glass. Well, I'm sorry. This is the second glass, so I'm gonna calm down. Small batch, single beer. I think is it small batch? Huh. I feel like it usually just says Four Roses bourbon, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Yeah, yeah. That's it. Just straight up bourbon, I guess. I don't know. I have to be careful. For and out, going not to sleep. For and out, going to not sleep. What? You're saying if you have. Oh, if okay. I'm trying to read and type quickly. Oh yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Then I'll put that with my comic collection. No, you're good. You are good, my guy. My guy. Dude, my guy. Yeah, you're good. Mm, that's good. Tasty. All right. Words. What do you want to review on Wednesday? You mentioned Jonah, right? Oh yeah, Jonah. I'm on board. I'm on board to review this. We don't have to do the whole thing because it's. I mean, look how thick this is. Unless you think we can run through it pretty fast. I mean, the panels are pretty big, so that's probably it. So we could probably just run through it pretty quickly if that's the case. Um, Hell to the yeah, dude, that book is gorgeous. We can run through it. We can run through it. All right. I trust you. Yeah, I'm just skimming through it right now. There's not a whole lot of like dialogue and stuff or whatever, but dude, the art is amazing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we can just I think I can just I'll just like keep flipping through it and we can just talk and then we can stop at certain pages so we won't spend like 5 minutes on each page like usual. We could just like not that fast, but you know what I mean. So we can just run through it pretty quickly, kind of go over the story a little bit, and then on key pages we'll be like, we'll stop here, we'll admire the character design stuff, something about the story or whatever, stuff like that. But yeah, this is amazing. Kind of reminds me of Primal. I don't know if you've watched Primal. Not kid friendly, but it's Gendy Tarkovsky's masterpiece. Well, a masterpiece of his. You know, guy that did Samurai Jack and Dexter's Laboratory and Transylvania. Kind of reminds me of Primal a little bit. Probably just because it's like caveman looking and the monsters and the colors. I think that's really it. But and like the imperfect line, I like that little wiggle that's got going on each one. Anyway, stop. Putting me through a trance, man. It's too gorgeous. Dude, the book is gorgeous. We're not through it. May have my little one join us and tell us what she likes about it in the beginning. Yeah, dude. Sure. Yeah. It's an artist writing the book. You know we don't like a lot of dialogue. Yeah. Gorgeous and Primal is BA. Love Samurai Jack and Primal. Dude, you're telling me. I feel like Samurai Jack is a big reason why I kind of want to get into animation a little bit. I want to at least try it out, you know? I feel like that'd be sick. Yeah, Samurai Jack was the Clone Wars thing that he did. This was before the Clone Wars show, but he did that Mace Windu episode. Oh, it was like 2D Clone Wars, and that scene is amazing. I love it. This Mace Windu just goes kills a whole army of robots. It's awesome. Okay, so I don't know how I feel about that knife. I don't know how I feel about it. Dude, I forgot about those. He did quite a few short episodes. Yeah, he did like a handful of those episodes. Storyboarded it, directed it, and then I think the TV show kicked off after that. Which I didn't watch all of that. I know it's really good. I just, didn't watch all of it. So here I am. Stab. Stab. Okay. Nope. Where is my... There it is. Oh. Oh dear. I dare say. There we go. What am I doing? Oh no. Stop. No, make it go away. What did I do? Oh jeez. I'm like confusing myself. I don't normally use this for text, so I'm gonna try. Can you make a small tweak and turn it a quarter to show more of the blade? Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking. By George, yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, I think I want to turn that blade just a little bit instead of being straight on. I just didn't want to like do, the flat blade. I feel like I've done that a lot in that one project I'm doing right now, and in this with like her blade. I don't know. Since it's like the side. That one's kind of foreshortened. The side. And that's like straight on. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being weird. But stab slash. No, it's gotta be. Yeah, that works. Yeah. Blam. Blam. And thud. Oops. Yeah. Click. Rest your eyes. Rest your eyes. Click. 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 Bonk. Dude, that eye insert reminds me of Joe Madeira. Oh, really? Interesting. I'll take it. Stab. Stab. Kick. Hop. Bounce. What if I put in bounce right here? Hop. Maybe not. Dude, Joe Mad is crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna whatever artist you mention, I'm gonna call that a compliment. Every time. I had one of my art professors at App State was looking at my stuff, was looking at the Western that I did a while back, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I see like James Heron or whatever." I was like, "What?" No, you don't. I don't know. I don't know if that was just like the last comic that he read or whatever, but he mentioned that, and I was like, "Okay, sure, dude." I didn't think so, but I guess because of all the textures and stuff I was using, that is flattering as all get it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And this is like stuff from a while ago, so I don't. Every time I look at it now, I'm just like, ugh, ugh, no, you know. Yeah. Yeah. If someone said my stuff looked like Rob Liefeld, I would take them. I would take the damn compliment and then start working on how to draw feet. See, all you gotta do is put feet in shadows, dude. Did you see Aaron Conley got a video on Proco? He's got like a little class on Proco right now. Should check it out, dude. There's like a 10-minute episode on Proco's YouTube channel. Um, it's like a little blurb about making comics or whatever, but shit that makes some smoke, brother. Put 'em in some smoke, my guy. Okay. Now I'm gonna rasterize all that and this. And then I guess I gotta stop watching you now and go check it out. Yeah, I guess so, dude. I guess you do. Uh, that's funny. Yeah, my name's Manny, yeah. Phone over there, so I stop getting distracted. Oh. What's that? Just doing some lettering, basically. Probably not the most exciting thing, but I like having this, that, and then blam. Or should I do a pow? No. I wish I still had Photoshop. I do on the work laptop. I was playing around with font options for the table of contents for the last hour. Oh, yeah. I gotta figure out what we're gonna use for the title and stuff. That'll probably help clear it up. I have some fonts from Blambot, some comic fonts that I think are really good. That might be useful. I know that's what I'm going to use for my font um, text and stuff in the book. So that helps. God damn it. Do they cost money? Yeah, I got mine for pretty cheap though. Cause they have that $20 sale every New Year's Day. They have that $20 sale where every font is $20. So I got a few fonts when I did that. Um, but I mean, you can just like, if you want to just set it up with whatever font you have, and then you can send me the file, and then I can change the font to um, the one that we're gonna use for the book. So you could just basically just do the layout stuff, and then I'll go in and refine it or whatever. You're killing me, Smalls. What, man? What am I doing? I may need wait. I may need you to send me in all caps of the alphabet for the font, and I can place what I need together from that. Oh, okay. I didn't see that message before I said that. All right, I didn't see it. Hey, dude. You know, I know you're gonna teach me shit on graphic design. All right. I wasn't calling you bad. I'm sorry if that came off like that. No, you're just an artist. What does that mean? No, you're not a dick. You're just an artist. I guess that's good. You know damn well what it means. All right. Vision in your head when you want to keep it true. Yeah. I mean, I just I'll send you the font files. I'll do that. Either tonight or tomorrow. So then you can fuck with it. But I do want to try and figure out the title because I want it to be like I want the title of the thing to be universal for all the projects that we do in the future. You know what I mean? You know how heavy metal has their thing? I want it to be that like that. Not saying that it's gonna be as good as heavy metal, but I want it to be like taken with I don't know. I want it to be good. I don't know. Tomorrow. I'll be working on pages all day tomorrow. Definitely. Okay. I'm just weird. I don't know. Thud. Okay. I feel like that sucks. Don't like it. Get it away. I'm gonna do something else. Do that. And with this, I will do something. Do I do it? Damn, I really love how I don't have to plug in my damn stylus anymore. This is awesome. Okay. Table of contents I was working on balancing Western and futuristic side table was going to be in a block style Western font and contents was going to be futuristic font. I like that. Western. Wait, what? Western, not Western. um. Okay. Western. Okay. That. All right. Got you. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea. Because I was thinking in my mind, I was thinking like having a little thing on the top of the title of all you can eat is Mouth Breathers Presents or Mouth Breathers Guild Presents, which that is a lot. And I don't know if we should add that because it's a mouthful. A pun not intended. But you know, having that be like the futuristic bit or the font, and then all you can eat would be in the Western like the woodblock font since it's a Western theme, and then basically every time the Mouth Breathers presents, that is the same font every single time, But then when we do a different anthology, like it'll suit the anthology. You know what I mean? It'll suit that. Use the logo, MBG logo with presents underneath it. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I didn't make the logo, my buddy did. So I have to ask him for the file um, at some point, which I think he sent it to me, but because it would just be easier to edit it with the raw file. I feel like just like move over guild and the Math Breathers Guild, and then presents underneath it. So then we could just that could be like where the like title card or um whatever it's called. You know, the file you sent me was transparent. Oh, it was? Okay. Yeah, so whatever I had, I sent that to you, but my buddy, I think he still needs to send me the raw file for that logo. Can't remember. I was just saying to use font and type presents. Yeah. Yeah. But it would be cool if it was like the whole logo. I don't know. Maybe I was just thinking too much. Or MBG presents. No, that's stupid. It would be cool. Okay. I don't know. I'm not a graphic designer, man. Dude, I might cave and and buy a game this weekend, dude. Might do it. Might just do it. Bonk. That works, right? Yeah, it works. Fuck it. What game? Helldivers 2. There's a few gamer dudes at work that keep talking about it, and then me and my good buddy are talking about it, and we're like, we're gonna get it. Dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh man, yeah. I was gonna do it on Sunday. I was gonna do it on Sunday. So hopefully by then I'll have a good amount of this book done. I don't know. It is a super cool looking game. That's like the type of co-op game that I'm very into. Watch a few streamers play it. It's like Starship Troopers for real. Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's Starship Troopers. It's yeah. It's the Trooper Stars. You hear my dog? Is he barking? No, no, no. He's barking. He's being a stinker right now. Sure do, yeah. He's loud. But everyone's sleeping right now. Hold on. I gotta tell him to shut up. Be right back. He just wants attention. That's it. Damn it. What, they can sleep through that? I don't know. Probably not, but Hey-oh. Who's that? Who just followed this? What are you doing? I ought to look up your name. Where is it? Vince Colby 91. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Thanks for hanging out. Awesome art, man. Dude, I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm just lettering right now. I'm about to print these out, print these pages out. Do some inking, maybe. What time? 10:21. We'll see where we're at in a little bit, but yeah, got some pages. Maybe you've been seeing, maybe you've been watching. Already inked the top. I just want to letter the bottom with some sound effects, so then I can ink it on the page. You know what I mean? So yeah, see where we're at in a second. I need to put some other sound effects, but I'm gonna do the dialogue digitally because I need to go over stuff with Kevin, who did the script for this, aka Kiwi Spicy. But he did the script for this story we're working on. And I gotta meet up with him at some point, or at least send him the letters, see what he thinks. Unless he wants to change some dialogue, I don't know. You know, writers. Sometimes we're like, that word's good. Sometimes we're like, no, you know? Num 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 num. Hmm. Let's see. Stab. Stab. So stupid. But stab. That's funny. I like that. Cool. An upcoming comic you've been working on? Yeah, we're doing an 8-pager. So me and my buddy are doing an 8-pager. Ben Hill is in the chat right now with us too. He's doing a story. It's just gonna be a collection of handful of artists, handful of writers, doing some 8-pagers or 4-pagers or whatever, and we're putting this collection together and getting it ready for Heroes Con, which is a pretty sweet Comic Con in North Carolina. So that's based in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't live in Charlotte, but I live in North Carolina, so it's local to me. So we've been going for the past 2 years, and we wanted to do like a special kind of thing with us like local artists. And then I have a buddy, illustrator friend of mine that lives in I think he lives in Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember, but he's gonna do an illustration for the book. I was talking to him recently, along with a few other people. So you know, it's gonna be a cool little book, cool little collection of stuff. And then I want to interview everyone as well, and get some back matter for the book. Let's make it like a special kind of thing. I feel like that would be cool. So we're gonna do it. Whether they like it or not. I'm just kidding. I hope they enjoy it. Hope they think it's cool. I'm gonna be doing a YouTube interview thing as well as like a little written interview for the back of the book, and then hopefully link to everyone's stuff. So if someone likes a particular person, particular artist, I'll be like, oh, I want to follow that person. They're cool. You know. Nice. Looks very promising. I appreciate you, Vince. It's gonna be cool as hell. That's right, Ben. It's gonna be sick nasty, dude. But I'm working on this. I'm working on a few personal projects. So if you see me on stream, I'm either working on stuff that I'm collaborating with people with, or I'm working on a personal project. Because I have a few of them right now. Um, and I'm hoping to get that done before the summer hits. So, we'll see what happens. Okay. So I think that's good. Which might make this. I might make that panel just come out, you know? Oh. Okay, so we got that. Stab. I want to fix the knife. I'm going to do some cheating. Do a little bit of cheat action here. I'm going to use the digital medium. Okay. I'm going to use it, dude. It's usually like this, I feel like. So it's like the blade goes down, right? Or is it here? Blade goes down. I feel like that looks stronger. That looks stronger. So excuse me while I cheat a little bit. No. We'll make it a little shorter there. Some cheating. You still drew it. Well, you know. I could have actually drawn it out. Took a lot less time. Okay. Boom. There's that. Does that look better, Ben? I feel like it's better, but Yes, sir. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. See that. She's mad. She's like, hey, yo, stab this guy. Stab. Pow. That's what I need. You like that? Make that part of the. I think that looks way better than the blam. So it takes up less space. I'm going with it. I love it. Awesome. Thanks, Dad. Vincent Van Gogh. Yeah, okay. Okay. What's up, Atake? WR. Am I saying that right? By the way. Hot take? Atake? I don't know. But you did? He cut off his own ear and sent it to a prostitute. But you did. I did it. I did it. But yeah, Van Gogh, what a guy. Did you get his book? Or not his book. Uh Dear Theo. It's really interesting. Really interesting book. Um because it's just like personal letters to his brother. So it kind of feels like you're like invading privacy. But it's also you get to know who he was. Interesting book. It's just an artist, man. Lonely artist, just like me. Stab. Didn't he commit suicide? He did. He shot himself in the freaking chest. No, yeah, he sat out in the field and then went boom into his chest. That's crazy. His whole family had um like mental like illness, like they were either like super depressed or whatever. A lot of them had problems. A lot of his siblings had problems, but I think Theo was like, yeah, Theo was the one that like had a. I think he was in charge of an artist like museum or something. I can't remember exactly, or a showcasing kind of thing. So he would like push his brother's stuff a little bit. But yeah, he did die broke. He did. Although one person that didn't, Albrecht Dürer, who basically did his own printing business, did it with his wife, was hustling, dude. It was back in the Renaissance days, man. Like that dude was a hustler, bro. Dude did insane woodcuts. Yeah, really sad and unfortunate for Van Gogh, for sure. For sure. dude. I mean, like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to say it happens, but like, he's an interesting dude. He's an interesting guy. I don't really know what to say about him, but he was the shit. R.I.P. R.I.P. Van Gogh. This is for you. Nice little Coca-Cola beverage to help me make some art. But R.I.P. freaking, oh man, what's his name? Akira Toriyama or guy that made Dragon Ball? What was his name? He died recently. Like 60 something. That sucks. All these manga dudes, man. They're dropping, dude. I don't like that. They need to stop working so hard. They need to like they need to live for like a 50 more years, please. Kim Jong-gi, R.I.P. Akira Toriyama, guy that made Yu-Gi-Oh as well. What was his name? I don't remember his name. But anyway, it sucks. So let's make some art in honor of their work, you know. Why not? Kazuki Takashi for Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah. Takahashi. Did he like what did he like save someone from drowning or like save a mother and a child or something? Or is that a different manga artist? But I knew someone saved like a family like from drowning. They drowned to try and save them. No, yeah, so someone, yeah, it was somebody. It was somebody, man. Like someone got trapped in a current and he saw it and then he went out there and got them out of it, but he got stuck himself. But it was just like, you know, I don't know. It's you're a current. No, shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. It's sad those mangakas that do weekly mangas burn themselves out and destroy their health, end up not being able to enjoy their success like they should. Yeah. Yeah. I know I talked to um oh man, what's his name? It's a really good artist. We were talking about Kim Jong-gi. Um and he was friends with him, this artist I'm talking about. And he was just I was just like, dude, I mean, like he was like a human being, you know? Like he was this artist was talking about how like oh everyone's just like talking to him like how he's a god or whatever, and then I interrupted and I was like, I mean, he was a human being, you know? He's not like immortal or whatever. And he was like, exactly. Like he needed to rest. He needed to like enjoy himself or whatever. And then because he was on the way to Lightbox Expo, um, and died of a heart attack on the plane. And I think he was in his 40s. He wasn't like super old. Kim Jong Il. Um, that sucks. But I'm gonna try it. I got a photo of me standing behind this dude's banner. Hold on, I'm gonna try and find it so I can remember his name. That's what I need. I need to remember his name. There he is. Viktor Kalvachev. Yes. Let me see. This guy. This guy right here. That's me. Um, but yeah, we were just talking about Kim Jong Il, man, and he was friends with him. A whole bunch of people at Lightbox were really respectable guy. Could just draw anything out of his mind immediately. Didn't need a pre-sketch or anything. But although he was working on that skill for like 20 years, and years before that, he was still drawing like all the time. Would skip class to draw with his friends in like high school and stuff or whatever. So like he was building up that skill for a long time. He even admits to that. Dude, Tim Sale passed away before last year's Heroes Con. Yeah. Yeah. Just never know. Yeah. Um was it Bernie Wrightson? Was it Ben that was talking about how there was like a whole bunch of lines for like this other artist, but Bernie Wrightson's line was like super low. Like no one was in it. And then some people are like, "Oh, I'll see him next year." And then like you know, later that year he passed away or something. So yeah. Just never know, man. Appreciate those artists, dude. What do I want it to be like? Up down here. Yeah. Alright. Kind of goes up a little bit. Yeah, that looks cool. Save that. Just put Pac. You know what? I realized that the message where I sent LOL came out right after Vince said a depressing fact. How dare you? Oh, I get you. I understand where you're coming from, my guy. I feel like I do that a lot too. Like I'll say LOL, but like right before someone says something serious, and then I have to respond immediately after that. I'm like, all right, well, you know, blah blah. I said this to correct it, just so you all know how evil I am. Gosh, so evil. How dare you? There's nothing. One more sip. Splash. I like that. I like that Pac. And then this guy, all scared. I love this panel. This is probably my favorite panel out of the book. There's just like a Akira Kurosawa just slashes going on, you know? And then I gotta put something here and here. Nope. Noted. Don't mess with Take. Yep, yep. I'm sure you said it already, but what comic is this? This is not the one you did yesterday, or well, day before yesterday. Yeah, this is for a Western anthology. I mentioned this earlier with Vince, but this is part of an anthology me and some friends are working on. I've already inked these pages up here, so now I'm just lettering these for sound effects right now. So then I can print them out, get them ready to start penciling. So I'm just doing some rough lettering right now for the onomatopoeias and stuff. Just having fun with it, and hopefully we'll get these inked up this weekend. I might ink one tonight. It's 10:49, but I mean, like, I don't need to wake up early tomorrow. It's fine. Stay on for another hour or two, ink some stuff. Still gotta like separate the panels a little bit, give them some breathing room between each one. Um, Other than that, they're pretty much penciled, ready to go. So I like this face. It's just like, come on. Probably need to enlarge her head a little bit, uh, but yeah, Western anthology. Yeah, Ben is part of that. Ben is part of that anthology, along with a few other artists that we've met at Heroes Con. So yeah, we will. I'm getting all my pages done tomorrow and Sunday. Plan to live stream all day. Hell yeah, dude. You and me both. We could both get on Discord and just talk shit while we ink. I just realized though, everyone will pay for these comics a lot of money. I get to see them all for free. Yeah, we hope that they'll pay. We hope that they'll pay. But I just hope that my process helps, like seeing this helps other people make stuff. Because I want to see what other people can make, and if they can make stuff, like if I can help them at all, you know, awesome. But also, yeah, I mean, if this is how you enjoy it, this is how you enjoy it, dude. Whatever. But if you like it, want to support us even more, go ahead and buy a copy when we're able to do that. I want to see the process from the start. From the start, this is the start was this crusty ass script. So you can see some rough sketches on there. I usually, whenever I work with Kevin, I get some I print out the script that he writes, and then on the sides I'll do panel shapes right here. See that? Yeah, you can see that. I just do panel shapes on like how many panels it is for that page that he's talking about. Like he'll say page 3 continued, panel 1 this happens, dialogue, panel 2. There's just like one action for each panel. Like it's not like an animated thing where water's dripping and then he's swinging his arms and stuff. No, it's like I've told him, like mentioned to him that it's a still image and stuff. He knows to write it as still images, and he knows to write to me. He knows how to write to me to make it entertaining for me, so I can draw whatever it is that he's talking about, and I interpret it my own way. So I sort of have a free range on kind of what I can do, but also limited to what he has on the page. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So as long as I'm hitting all the notes that he has for that one page, I'm good. Let's see. Yeah, it's just the script is just filled with panel shapes. Whatever he says over here, right there, and then panel shapes on what I'm thinking. Um, and then just really quick ideas for like it's just shapes, right? Just shape language. But that's like ideas for a cover, which I may explore later on. And then where's my bag? This. My notebook I take with me to work so I can write some stuff down. Um, Let me see. Bullets and blades. And then those are some thumbnails for the book. Really small. Really small stuff. So I like take those shapes that you saw on the script, and then I put them on something else, or maybe sometimes I'll do it on the script itself and do just shape language stuff like that, just to block it in, figure out the big story, they're like the big idea, before dialing in on the small details, like figuring out the cheekbone anatomy or eyeball, you know what I mean? Um, so this is more just telling the story, just to get it out. So I have just silhouettes and maybe just like eyes close up on faces or whatever, and then I make little notes on falls engrave, oof, you know, and that becomes this panel, falls engrave, oof, and then I just change it to thud, you know, all this kind of stuff. So I take it from that, I blow it up, and then let's see, and then I print it out on 11 by 17 paper. And this is what I did on that 11 by 17 paper. So I took those little tiny, little itty bitty things, little thumbnail sketches, blew them up, and then I sketched on top of it after printing them all out on 11 by 17 piece of scrap paper that I had. Got a little detailed with it. So the orange is all the thumbnail stuff. The gray is more of the penciled stuff that I went in later and added. This is the whole process right here, and this is the background that I did just like willy-nilly. I was like, let me figure out the background for this. So it was really quick backgrounds, so I could just copy and paste and place them wherever, whenever. So it's like, I know this is a graveyard, so I'm just going to do that really quick. And then yeah, just like adding in little details for the bits, for the scenes. If I didn't figure it out, I didn't figure out this pose or like the monster behind it or in the foreground or whatever. And then it eventually became, let me see, where is it? Where's the layer? Then it eventually became that. So I go from the penciling or the thumbnailing, do a little bit more refining on the thumbnailing, and then I scan that in and then I pencil it digitally most of the time. Sometimes I do it traditionally, but this time I did it digitally. Now I'm just working on the lettering after penciling everything in. Once that's done, then it's, I'll go over it in a second. But yeah, this is pretty much it. And then yeah, this is like notes on what a freaking thing looks like. Sword. So, and all the anatomy parts of it. Anyway, yeah, that's my process, dude. What were you saying earlier? How you begin? He's getting there. Manny will take you through the whole process. I will. Following that too, the specific part you just said, because I'm not sure how to format all that well. Draw the frames and when images, add text after that. So, what's a good idea? So, if you're struggling with like adding the text in, I say add it in the thumbnailing stage. That's gonna help you a lot. I did that with my where is it? My Legend of Carl book. Let's see. Do I have it up here? Yeah. There we go. So, process of this book that I did a while ago is I did what you were saying, is like figuring out the lettering first. And so I was doing the thumbnails and stuff, and I was putting in where the lettering was going to go as well on top of that. So I could do that with this because I was making the whole thing. I knew what that person was going to say from the very beginning. Now, with like working with someone else, things might change. So that's why I don't work traditionally. Well, letter traditionally or whatever, because I know Kevin might want something to change, or maybe he wants to add something in later on. But if it's just me, like I can do whatever I want. And what I did was figure out what that person was going to say, which it was like hinting at the game that I play. So I'm like taking lines from the game, doing those little tidbits, or little, you know, um, tipping the hat to the creators of the game a little bit with that. And it's just a lot of it was sound effects. Really, there was barely any dialogue going on, but figuring out where to place that. So that's kind of like the designy part for it. And then having fun with it, like oof, and then I still have the word bubble underneath. It kind of like pops out of the word bubble because it's just like it's so, oh, it's just in your face. Ooh, his whole body's landing on it. But this was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. I highly recommend, if you're doing it yourself, to thumbnail it, letter it, and then go in with the pencils and inking and all that stuff. But really, it's up to you. If figuring out the images is fun for you, then maybe do that first, and then. But don't don't think of lettering as an afterthought. Like you have to keep it. You have to keep it fun for you. You have to keep it easy to read. You have to make it easily digestible, for a comic. Because a lot of people, like, if they can't read your comic, then they won't read your comic. You know what I mean? So if you're pretty bad at hand lettering, so you're just like going in and you're like, this is what about is. This is how you write about in your word bubble. I don't know what that says. Right? No one's going to read it. Right? So they're just going to have to like be a freaking historian to try and decipher your thing. So, if you're having trouble with lettering, do it digitally with all these fonts like on Blambot, super easy to do. It costs like $40 primarily for each one, but going that route is helpful. And I'm just going on a rant right now, so I don't even know what we're talking about, but let's talk about the process. Let me look at the chat. Format, alternate frames, images, add text after. Script ahead of time, or it's hard to make sure the panel has enough room for dialogue. Yeah, that's what Ben was going over. First action, questions later. That's all part of learning. Yeah. Action definitely is the fun part. Action is definitely the fun part for me because that Carl book is like pure action. The Armai's book that I'm working on right now is just a dude killing demons. Barely any words at all. It's very educational. Thank you for the insight. For sure, dude. I probably went too much into it. Cool behind the scenes. Awesome. Appreciate you, Vince. Oh, so you do it same way when you work on your own stuff. Yeah, for sure. It's so much easier knowing that you have room instead of having to make room later. Yeah. When you have to make room later, it's very difficult. So for the Renowned book, was weird, because we did this with the idea of turning a lot of the stuff into cards for the card game, which is now on hiatus because our head game designer bowed out. So we're like, okay, well, I guess we'll just focus on comics. so, so there's a few like panels that was kind of like an afterthought. Like this one, I would recommend, like if I did this over, trying to figure it out. If I did this one over, the text box is over here. I don't really like that because you're gonna like naturally your head is going to this word bubble first, and then you might even just entirely skip this word bubble, right? So I would want to have it like somewhere over here. So I'd want to push this guy a little bit further out, right? And then maybe put the text bubble over here, but still have his like forehead or his head like in the foreground, kind of framing the word bubble a little bit, just as a design tip, just so that it's easy to follow. Like there's no question and there's no like possible way someone could miss it. I feel like someone can miss that word bubble on there somehow, but that's just me. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of like panels and stuff that and dialogue bubbles in this book that were thought of after the fact because it was primarily just like, all right, I'm making images for the game, but I'm also making a comic. So it was kind of a weird, like, um, weird exercise. And then you get this one where it's just like word bubbles all over the place because I didn't plan it out beforehand, but like, they're basically all like pinups for the game, for the card game. So, thinking of dialogue and fitting it in before you even draw the picture is super helpful for a cartoonist. For sure, it's much easier knowing, yeah. Wrote my own 8-pager for the anthology. I knew that I wanted a big action spread, so I definitely left from thumbnails. Built up to the 2-page action spread, which looks pretty awesome. I will say, spoiler alert, it looks sick. But pacing for the beginning of the book was so much easier. My thumbnail ahead of time, yeah, for sure. No, it wasn't too much. It was a lot of good points because on stuff I work on, I sometimes get stuck. But you explaining it all made me realize that it doesn't matter what way I do as long as I make it basically easy on the eyes to follow the story. Yeah, make it easy to follow, make it easy to read, because you want people to read this book, right? So, choose a font that's easy to read, but don't use Comic Sans because that's not for comics. That's for nobody. Go on blambot.com every New Year's Day. Write this down. Every New Year's Day they have a sale, and every single font is $20. So if there's a font that's 40 or more dollars, it's going to be 20 on New Year's Day every year, and it's happened every year since I've been on there. So do that. Do that this January. January 1st, you're going to buy some freaking comic fonts, dude. Because it's, Nate Picos? And he is a renowned letterer in the comics industry. Like, he letters professionally. You have a lot of fonts already? Well, okay. Well, then you're probably good, but you might find some really good ones on there. You might find good display fonts or sound effect fonts or whatever. But definitely look into that. Look into Nate Picos's lettering book. He just released it, I think, last year. It has a lot of good points on it. So definitely look into that if you wanna get more into lettering comics. If you're a nerd like me and you want to learn the whole thing, how to do everything, then that's a good one to have. How to draw comics the Marvel way is a good one to have. Even though, like, it's not, a rule set to follow, like word for word, but it's good comic knowledge to have. Um, so good one to do. What else is good? I like Bern Hogarth's Dynamic Anatomy. I feel like I learned a lot from that one. Ben's trying to spell Picos. Um, that's a good question. I don't know how to spell his name properly. I'm trying to look for the book. I had it somewhere. I had it in easy reach at one point, and I don't know where it is. But it's is it Eikos? Oh no, he's on Minor Threats. Where's the Minor Threats book? Either way, look up Nate Picos. Blambot. He's a good guy. Hmm. Okay. Was that? Merge selected. Thank you, by the way, for taking the time to show me your points of view. Yeah, dude. No problem. I want to see all the cool shit that everyone makes. So, make cool shit. But, hope that helps in some way. I'll highlight both of those. Yeah. It did help. Sick. Good. It better. So I put in those basic fonts, and then I'm just like, this is what I do. I kind of just add a little bit of flavor to it because I feel like having the artist hand with the letters helps unify the whole piece. Because there's a lot of comics I'll read, and the art is the art is amazing, right? But then the lettering is like super digital or something. You know what I mean? It doesn't really fit like the hand. It doesn't follow the hand or whatever. It doesn't feel like the same language as the marks on the page. So I want to make it like as unified as possible. That's just me. You don't have to do that. You can get away with not doing that. Um, but like to. I like to do that kind of thing. I got like super intense music playing in the background, so I'm just like in the zone. Y'all ain't hearing it. It's amazing. I think it's Boards of Canada. Borders of Canada? Is that what it is? Oh no. Philip Wilkerson, actually. It's very atmospheric stuff. I like it. I think it's great. Yeah, I've seen that in a few comics. It makes it less appealing. Yeah, so you get it. You understand, bro. But I feel like Russ Swooton, the guy that letters a lot of, or the person that letters a lot of stuff for Daniel Warren Johnson, he's like trying to fit that lettering with Daniel Warren Johnson's style. So, because Daniel Warren Johnson also does a little bit of onomatopoeias in the backgrounds and stuff, which look awesome. But Russ Swooton is trying to add that flavor to it, trying to add that like brush stroke, that natural brush stroke to it. And he does a really good job on making it feel seamless, on making it feel unified. Um, so, like, good job. Good job, Russ Wooten. But there have been a few comics that I've seen in the past that were like this looks off. A lot of stuff you'll see on Webtoon kind of has that. You know, not to like bash them because I know their turnaround, their deadline is crazy for all the featured artists and stuff on there. But you know, like, oh, you're peacing out, Ben. All right, dude. Good night, my friend. See you later, Vince. Much appreciated for hanging out. You guys have a good one. I'm gonna keep ranting about lettering. What was I saying? I don't even know. And I make stuff. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna save. It's gonna load. I like the way this is looking from a distance. Already. Just like, I like the way that looks. I like the way this is looking. Turn off the thumbnails. I love the lettering on this one. It's just flowing like that. You kind of feel like where the sword is flowing. And then it also mirrors with the whip. But then it's also like come back down. So that almost like makes your eye follow the whip a little bit. We're going back down. And then the arrow with the elbow leads you right to that. It's always having something that kind of leads your eye down. Like even the horse, I feel like, leads your eye to that panel. So I like how this one's looking. I like how this one's looking. So we got the arm that leads down. And we got this one that kind of leads down. We got the lettering that leads that way. So, and then we got the sword that leads into there. We got the foot that leads into that. We got the sword that leads into this one. And then we got the sword. Whoosh. And then whoosh. And then whoosh. So, all that. And then everything going to the right. Leg goes down. So she's going down. She stabs in. Leg goes out that way. And then we're like, what's going on with this one? What happens on the next page? And he's like, how dare you? And then we got her little banners pointing that way. And then elbow leads to this one. She's looking down. Boom, looks to this one. Kind of, her eyes are looking that way. And then that kind of doesn't really lead your eye anywhere, but I like this illustration, so we're just going to keep it. Same. Not leaving the internet. Seeing some odd lettering that's taken out of the story. Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm gonna grab a drink and go have a quick chat with nature. Do it. I dare you. They made a comic adaptation of the Twilight books that had great art, but the lettering and bubbles was just awful. Oh, dude. Yeah. Yep. I get it. I understand. There's been a few stories that were like interpreted in a comic format, and I picked it up. And to me, like the lettering kind of can take you out of it at times, and it's also like the coloring. If it's super digital, you know what I mean? If it's like just heavy on the gradients, I I don't know. I can't do it. I can't stick with it because heavy on the gradients to me looks bad. Like I don't like that taste. Like that's just not me, right? I like the watercolor kind of feel. I like textures and weird stuff going on. Not a big fan of just the hardcore digital stuff. Now, if it's like old school, Where is it? Jack Kirby's. It's the Jack Kirby's Fourth World Omnibus, right? They have they have some coloring and stuff going on. It's not hardcore with the gradients, you know what I mean? It's also not super saturated on like glossy white paper. This isn't glossed up, so it's easy on my eyes. When I pick up books that are like representing old stuff or like, reprints from back in the day, and like the freaking color in it is just like flat on white glossy paper, dude. What are you doing? Not even adding a newsprint texture. They knew that it was gonna be on newsprint. They knew how it was gonna print on newsprint. That's why they chose the colors. And even when they recolor stuff for glossy white paper, they change the colors, and it looks awful. It's crazy. I don't get it. Anyway, and I mean they changed the colors in a bad way. It's like they made like the Hulk kind of like grayish or whatever, and then there was like a whole bunch of army guys that were purple on the original print of it, and then when they redo it, they make Hulk green on every single page or whatever, even though on that particular panel he was meant to be gray. And then all the army guys were purple, and then the background was orange. It looks really good. And then when they did the reprint of it, I'm trying to remember. I think it was like the background was yellow. The army guys were like a gross green, and then the Hulk was also green. So it was just like a mishmash of like green, and it looked bad. It looked awful. It looked really bad. Um, it's like they already figured it out back in the day. So like maybe stick with that, interns. Okay. They recolored Jim Lee's X-Men run, and I remember not liking it, dude. Yeah. Come on, guys. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna talk shit. Whatever. I'll recolor it, and then I'll just follow what like you give me the old stuff to follow, and I'm gonna color it that way. It's meant to be that way. Anyway, you get it. You get it, Vince. You understand my frustration. It's saving right now. There we go. Thud. I think it'd be funny if she's like just she's out of bullets, but she's still shooting, right? Not shooting, but she's just pulling the trigger. Just click, 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 click. swinging her shovel around. I think that'd be funny. I'm gonna add that. I don't care. Look at that. That's funny. She does it up here. She's like, oh shit, grabs a shovel, boom, hits a dude. Then that distracts the dude, drops the whip. She gets her sword out, stabs the dude in the neck. Someone else she punches or kicks the dude in the stomach, and then grabs her gun out again. So dumb. I like it. I don't care. Okay. I'm just gonna go over everything one more time. Yeah. Okay. Now I think I'm gonna just delete that. I don't need that anymore. So it's gone. Okay. Let's save this. There's that. Oh yeah, got one more thing to let stab. Oh, there it is. Stab. Boom. I think it's funny having that in there. Um, Lettering in the thing that's actually happening. Uh, there's like one bit in a Daniel Warren Johnson book, Do a Power Bomb, where there's a montage happening, and he literally letters montage in the background. Oh. Did you pencil this by hand? I did not pencil this by hand. Um, well, I mean, I did, but not on paper. So, um, yeah, this is all penciled digitally. Um, just because I was at work, I having the full time job. I usually put up stuff that I need to pencil or color or whatever, and I put that on my iPad. And so when I go to work, I can just like pencil whenever. Um, and yeah, so it's all on the iPad mostly, but it's also on the QB on Canvas. So this bad boy, this guy right here that I've been using, pretty damn good, pretty damn good. So you on Canvas 4K. I splurged, dude. This year's been just I've been spending money on me. I've been treating myself. Okay, it's been great. But this freaking thing is so good. I love it. Um, did you pencil this by hand? I mean, traditionally. So yeah, this is digital stuff. I love the brush you used. Yeah, the brush. I didn't download any brushes for this. This is all in Clip Studio Paint, man. All in Clip Studio. Clip Studio is amazing. I love my personal favorite brush is the gouache brush. Um, in in this, I mean, look at this. You kidding me? Look at that. You get all sorts of textures out of this thing. It is one of my favorite brushes. On top of the dry gouache brush. Like, look at that, dude. You kidding me? Love it. Love those brushes. They're my favorite. Highly recommend Clip Studio. Yeah, Wacom tablets aren't really worth it anymore. Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna treat myself to a Wacom, and I was like looking at it. I even went to Lightbox Expo. True story. Went to Lightbox Expo, and my buddy was gonna try out a canvas, a Wacom canvas or whatever, or no, Cintiq. Sorry, Wacom Cintiq, and it crashed on him twice, back to back. And that is a big problem with with Wacom, is that the drivers um, crash a lot. Huion has not crashed on me. Huion has been pretty good. I follow Noah Bradley, and Noah Bradley did a review on a Huion canvas, which is the one that I bought, and his review is astonishing. I love it. He just did not edit his video at all. He dropped his stylus on the ground. And he's just like, I don't care. I'm not gonna edit this video. Um, but he recommended it, and I'm friends with his wife. We took the same workshop together. Rachel Bradley. She's amazing, fantastic artist, and um, yeah, she super cool. Her husband's super dope, and followed his YouTube channel. Looked at that review that he did for it, and I was like, all right, screw it. I'm gonna buy a Huion. Yeah, Huion and X Pen seem to be really catching up to Cintiq. Yes, I would say Huion more so than X Pen, XP Pen. I tried an XP Pen, and I don't know if it was the settings on the software I was using. I felt like there was a slight delay. Um, but that could have been like settings in it, on Photoshop or whatever. So it could have been weird because of that. Or maybe there is a delay on the program or on the tablets. I don't know. But Huion seems to be pretty great. I have had a Huion canvas since 2017. I have recently upgraded to this Huion canvas 4K. And this is 24 inches. Huion canvas 24 4K or whatever. Uh, so Huion is always I've been like enjoying it for the past since 2017, and I don't know if I'll really use a different company unless I try something out and it feels really good. Because I had my really old Huion canvas since 2017. That was an old model then when I got it in 2017. Um, and it lasted me until like about a year ago, and I only um, switched it out because of the stylus was being weird. I was gonna get a new stylus, but I couldn't because they had none, and they didn't make new ones, or they didn't make stylus pens for the one that I had, or what, I don't know. There's a whole thing, and I was like, you know what? I've been spoiling myself with the iPad, and I want the sensitivity to feel the same, and now this feels better than the iPad. So, boom, there we go. I don't have a desktop or a desk for that matter. So just use iPad. Yeah, I mean, iPad works. The only thing with my iPad, it's like refurbished, and I think so is the Apple Pencil or whatever that I got for it, Apple Pencil 2. and it's kind of like being weird on me right now. So that's like another reason why I'm kind of like just focusing on this, on the canvas on my desktop thing, because I got a standing desk. Like I've been slowly like making this, trying to make this my studio. Um, and I this monitor over here was free. Found that at an apartment complex. I just broke into someone's. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. I was leaving my buddy's apartment, and as we were leaving to go to my friend's house, there was it's like a college place, so there's a lot of people moving in and out all the time, right? And this had a sticker on it, and it was for free. And they're like, yeah, just basically take it. And you see in the distance too that there's a whole bunch of like furniture and shit that they just left out there. So I was like, all right, whatever, dude. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna bring this TV into your apartment. So when I come back home, when I come back here, I'm gonna take it home. So that's what happened. Um, so this is like, investing on the drawing tablet, investing on the desk. Thank God this was free. And I have my TV that my mom got me a while back. Before I like, or yeah, before I moved to college, she got me that. So yeah, it's been a slow addition, but slow build, but it's been, you know, been worthy. Nice fucking setup. You're a nice setup, Brock. Coming in here, all cool. Your art looks incredible. I'm sure you'll convince a lot of people to try Hugon just by seeing you work. Dude, Hugon's a shit, man. I'm telling you. Fancy Manny. I like that. Show. That should be my artist name. No, you're a nice setup. No, you're a nice setup. What does mine say? Dude! What does mine say? Sweet! Yeah. Pretty rad. Pretty radical. Like my setup. I like the little shindig going on right meow, dude. I also gotta figure out a cover for this story and then a cover for the anthology. So, two things I need to figure out probably this weekend. I also need to do another cover for uh Ben's project. So, variant kind of thing. I don't know if I was supposed to say that. I'm sorry, Ben, if I wasn't supposed to say that. But yeah. Anyway, Manny fingers. That's right. Sweet. How you doing, Brock? How you doing, bro? Hair down, hat on. Look at this fucking stud. This is the Andrew McLean hat, bro. Shit is, as the kids say, fire my guy. Ben's thing is leaked. Good game. I gotta do it. I gotta do a thing for Ben's thing, dude. So yeah. Yeah, dude. Okay. All right. I'm gonna save this as a Photoshop file. And then I'm gonna open it in Photoshop. Just because I do everything pretty smooth in Photoshop. So. Damn, I've been streaming for 2 hours. This is crazy. What time is it, dude? 11:40. God dang. All right, Photoshop, let's go. See, this is why I don't use Photoshop that much, man. I used to draw in Photoshop. Now it just takes forever to load. I even pay for it. Well, kind of pay for it. I go halvesies with my bud. Watchy? Me for you to get a watchy? Nuke, nuke, nuke. Why does my keyboard put the first two letters at the end? Time. What? 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 What is happening? Did it open? What's going on? Alright, it did. Cool. Alright. Layers. Gonna diminish that. Okay. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do something really weird. I'll go over here. Where is it? The originals. Okay. This. I think it's this. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do. Merge selected layers. Okay. What I'm doing right now isn't what I typically do, but I'm doing it right now. Maybe something like that. Something like that. And the bottom here is gonna be like this. And all mine, yeah. Whoops. You're gonna watch. How dare you? Okay. I don't know what's happening, but I hate it here. Sorry, bro. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't like it. Hmm. Okay. Kind of like setting that up. There we go. That works. This is what happens when you work digitally. You can just be forgiven by the mistakes you made along the way. You can cheat just a tiny, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe I messed up a little bit. Who knows? You don't know. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm capable of. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Printing process? Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I'm setting this up for printing it out and you know, doing my thing. So, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Got some watercolor paper. Oh no. Did that do it? All right. Cool. We got it printed. Boom. Printing process. It's a what paper now? This is watercolor paper. This I'm using 11 by 14. What's it? Fabriano watercolor hot press paper. This is 140 pound, 11 by 14. Hot press means that it's like super smooth paper. Cold press is like texture. So it's like a different process of how they make the paper a little bit. So this doesn't have like any crazy like textures going on. It's pretty smooth, like Bristol board, Bristol paper, which is what I typically use. But they didn't at the art store that I went to. They didn't have 11 by 14 Bristol paper, so I got watercolor paper, and this should be fine. So it's archival, you know, there's not like weird stuff used for it. 25% cotton, and then 25, you know, there's a whole bunch of other ingredients in here. I don't know. But yeah, this is archival paper, acid free, made in Italy, all this kind of stuff. So I'm trying it out for this project. Um, you know that yeah, art class. Hey, you know, some people don't. Some people don't know. I confused the two a lot, cold press and hot press. So, but but yeah, using that for this project. So, what was I doing? What was I gonna do? Zoned out. Excuse me. I just know the three types of paper for drawing. Well, or if you count papyrus, the one they used in ancient Egypt. Yeah. Um, I don't use that. I don't use that. I don't use vellum. I don't do all that kind of fancy stuff. I just use what I know. Stick with what I know. I don't go super fancy on that. But I mean, really, it's the matter of just getting the thing done. You know, I know Mike Mignola uses Sharpies because he likes how they feel, and it works for his process. So he's gonna use Sharpies, even though they're not archival. You know, they like yellow. They do weird things after a long time. But yeah, I mean, he likes using them, so he's gonna keep using them. Makes sense. So. So whatever helps you get the image done. And this I know I'm doing all sorts of weird things. I know. But that's what I'm doing. Papyrus? 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 Pap? Uros? Pyros? Pyros? Digest. PP Ruse? Pappy? Pappy Ross? What the hell's going on? Oh, okay. There we go. Gotcha. Hmm. Listen, I was just trying to see how many times I could fuck it up. Is it not papyrus? No, no. I found it. All right. Eh, eh, papyrus. Eh, eh, papyrus. That's so weird. I've been saying it wrong for so long. It's really hard to not mess it up. Okay. Cool. It's okay. Now you know. Well, thanks, dude. Whole bunch of sounds. so funny. Bloom, bloom, bloom. All right. This one will be interesting. Okay. Actually, just that. This. Okay. Boom. There we go. Why are you fitting it like that? You don't leave white borders like they used to. Nah, this is like magazine format. I just want like kind of just like messing with the format a little bit and kind of moving things around. Kind of eyeballed the dimensions. So I messed up. I'll admit I messed up. um but I did want to have something like this. I did want some border action going on. This is what I did with the previous pages that I did not too long ago. Those ones were fine. These ones, I guess I underestimated a little bit. You know what I learned, doing all kinds of different type of arts that no one will know. Only you will know where you messed up. Yeah. 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 I didn't mess up. This was on purpose. But I do like how this is kind of open. I will mess with that a little bit more. There we go. Now I will add the goodness. I will add the goodies. I'll add another one just to get a little less orangey. Click, click. Bonk. Stab, thud, click, click. Oh, my head. Yeah, because I'm going to put a word bubble over here, so this actually works good. Then I did that. And then I'll add my name. Up yonder. And then I will get this ready to print out. Print that stuff, dude. Please. True, though. Yeah. It's true. I remember my high school art teacher used to say, "You're never really done. You're never really done." Which is true, but it's also, you know, finished, not perfect. I don't know. I don't want to keep working on something for years of my life. I'm good. Working on one painting for like a decade. Holy smokes. I tortured myself. Pages out. That's what your teacher said too. Did you have the same art teacher or what? Let's see where we're at. Let's see, is Control Z gonna run out? Did it run out? I think it ran out. No more. It's okay. No. Let's do it again. One more page. One more page. Yeah. All right. Or not. Delete, dude. What are you doing? What the hell's going on? Press something. Oh my gosh. Huh? I have an important question. It'll determine our friendship, so no pressure. Cereal or milk first? Cereal. Cereal first, always. That's how you determine the ratio of milk. Okay. All right. I truly don't understand who puts milk first and then the cereal. I don't get it. If that works for you, cool. But just know you're wrong. I don't. I think okay. Answer. Psychos. Psychos do milk first. That's what I always thought. I have a friend that does that. Well, they were my friend. I'm just kidding. I love you, Austin. I know you don't watch my videos, but I still love you, Austin. I care. I don't give a shit. Make this go all out, dude. Hmm. I want this to look like that. Okay. Yeah. It looks good. Oh. What? Okay. Huh? I like these little gaps you're making there. Makes the comic look more alive. Like it looks more 3D if organized correctly. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. A little bit of like offset with some panels. Yeah. See, I meant to do that. Now my nope. Shortcuts are different, so don't know. Alright. We don't have mistakes. We only have happy little accidents. That's right. It's Bob Ross. Bob Ross. Bob Ross's piece. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, I did letter this today. Well, onomatopoeia stuff. And, finished penciling. So, that's good. But tomorrow, that's when the work's going to happen. I'm going to try not to buy Helldivers 2. I'm going to try not to buy Helldivers 2. But if I finish early on Sunday, maybe I'll treat myself. Well, he probably knows what what are you talking about? Yeah, right. You know what's crazy about Bob Ross was that he was a drill sergeant. Legit. Steve, what's his name? Mr. Rogers was not a sniper and was not tatted up. Mr. Rogers was Mr. Rogers. But yes, um, yeah, Bob Ross was a drill sergeant in Alaska. I think he was in Alaska, um, and yeah, then I guess he vowed to like never scream again. But you can like see that in like the very first Bob Ross, um, very first Bob Ross episode where he's just like, "Hey, I'm Bob Ross. Like, welcome to whatever. Like, we're gonna paint some stuff. All right." And then he just starts painting. He wasn't the brand of Bob Ross. He wasn't like, "Hey guys, welcome, blah blah blah." He was just a dude, and then he slowly became Bob Ross. Very interesting to see. Um, but yeah. So what was Vince saying? What do you still like drawing the most? Still here, by the way. Haha. Just lurking mostly. I love monsters. So every opportunity I get to draw monsters and forests and stuff, I tend to do that. I like organic things. I guess I'm like the typical kind of guy that likes to draw organic stuff versus hard surface. But the next personal project I have in mind is gonna be, um, it's gonna be a lot of hard surface stuff. And yes, Atake, it's um a lot of fight scenes. I do like fight scenes. So I think he saw some messed up stuff. He probably did. He probably did, for sure. Fighting scenes, best hand to hand combat. Hand to hand combat's great. I'm working on a thing with Kevin. We're doing a little um you know John Wick like thing. So that's gonna be all sorts of action hand-to-hand combat, you know, all that kind of jazz. So that'll be fun. Once I finish that, I'm going to finish that after this, and maybe after I finish the other project I'm working on. I want to get as, you know, close to finish as I possibly can, so I'm not stressing out at last minute. I hate that. I hate stressing out. I hate doing things last minute. All right. There we go. All right, guys. We're going to do that. We're going to change that to orange. We're going to drop it in here. We're going to change that to screen. And then we're going to do another layer. Do it to white just to diminish it just a tiny bit. Otherwise, weird things happen. Okay. Opacity's 20. Got you. Manny tomorrow. Alright, now we're gonna print this sucker. Okay. So now I press print. I press proceed. And we print the last page for the anthology. Spoil a little bit of it. Not too much. As much I do everything last minute. I don't know. It's school too. Especially with exams. It's not interested in studying. I wasn't either, dude. All I did was draw and write stuff. Yeah. The teacher was like 10 more minutes. Then I knew I have 5 minutes to finish whatever I was working on. I don't know, 5 for exams. My college, like, there was a college history class, or art history class, I should say, that I took. And, sorry, just looking at that. There's an art history class that I took, and there was questions that were asked on the exam, and I would always do pictures. I would draw out a really rough composition of the painting that I was thinking of, and from there, I would label it like whatever it was, and then I would point out examples from that painting or from that design, whatever it was that I like really roughed out. And I was like, this is from Van Gogh, the screen, just like random stuff like that. And that's what got me a better grade than I would have gotten if I just written it out. And my professor walked up to me on my senior show for college. I was talking to my parents and stuff because they came and they were checking everything out. And he came, he was like, he's like the only guy that draws on his exams. But I passed the class with an A, so whatever helps, right? So, where am I going? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I don't know. Is it too many Control Z's? Yeah. See, this is how often I mess with Photoshop. I don't even remember when I changed that setting, or even if I changed that setting to limit the Control Z's. That's crazy. All right, no more of that. No more of that. Hmm. So we got this. And now we got some ideas for covers down here. Which I don't know if I'm going to go with any of them. Quite honestly, I don't really like them that much. So there was one sketch that I did in my book, in my little journal, that I like more. So I might run with that. But I might do that tomorrow. But I got everything printed out. So as soon as I start up tomorrow, I'll probably wake up in the morning and then get started inking this thing. So yeah, we got pages to work on, my friends. 4 more pages and it's done. Well, 4 more pages, 2 covers, and then it's done. What was that? I missed a lot of what you said. What were you saying? Spoil a bit of it. Teacher was more like 10 minutes than it was 5 minutes. Yeah, you're correct there. Oh. You're correct there. The more outstanding you are, the better grades you'll have. Doesn't mean the outstanding is perfect answer. It's about creativity, information in the answers. Yeah. I mean, that's what helped me out. And I figured since he's an artist, we also connected on comics a little bit. He was a comic collector from back in the day, and we would talk comics a little bit once in a while. Me and my buddy did a co-op presentation on Spider-Man costume designs. Everyone else did the basic stuff of like art history and like all the stuff we heard like a million times over, like abstract, um, and Dada, all these different movements and everything. And I was, me and my buddy were like, we love Spider-Man. Let's talk about Spider-Man. How can we do that? So then we just did it. And everyone seemed pretty into it compared to everyone else, or like all the other presentations in the class. It was funny. Um, so we just went into like the animation and all the TV like representation that I had, like especially from the 70s and all that. Like the 2 different like Spider-Man shows from the 70s. There was the American version that was like so fucking boring, and then there was the Japanese version that Stanley was actually in love with. Um, but yeah, it was fun. It was a fun class. I like the one where he holds the katana up to his shoulder. Oh yeah, yeah, that one's good. Then again, I like the hand-to-hand combat. So what do I know? Yeah, Will you color it or is it black and white? It's gonna be grayscale. So it's gonna be the line art that I'm doing, and then I have some halftone screens that I scanned into my scanner that I'm gonna be applying to the pages. Once I'm finished inking it and lettering it, then I'm going to apply the halftone screens. It shouldn't take too long. It would take a lot longer if I did it traditionally, and it would be a lot more expensive. And I don't have the money to do that. So I'm just going to stick with the digital stuff for now in terms of applying that to paper and the time. So, but yeah, I do like this kind of pose with the the cowgirl, you know, like that. Might do something with it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I got two covers I need to figure out, man. Jeez. That's not bad either. Hell yeah. Nice. You guys, you're nice. How about that? Um, okay. I'm here. You're here. I'm tired. Maybe you're tired. 12:38. Um, I've been drinking. Uh, just saw you have a YouTube channel. I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, so YouTube channel is um mainly the streams from Twitch. So it's just take the stream on here, put it on YouTube, and then there's like a few like 10-minute videos or whatever about the progress and process, what the channel's gonna be about, and all that. I do plan on doing some interviews with some friends that are amazing artists. I want to do like deep dives in their brain a little bit, pick their brain. Um, and you know, the YouTube channel's kind of been growing pretty steadily. I mean, I got like 20 follows in 2 days or 20 subscribers in 2 days. I mean, I started uploading regularly in January. Um, and it has doubled, I guess. Um, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So Instagram doesn't work out, but YouTube definitely does. Definitely works. So if you're an artist and you're like, why am I not reaching anyone? Record your process. Um, apparently people like it. so so that's why I'm just gonna keep doing it. So see what happens. And then do more specific stuff. And I'll do more edited stuff later on when I have time. I do want to do like lesson kind of things, like how to set up stuff for print on demand and all this kind of stuff. I know I've mentioned it before, but that's like the goal. Um, but I'll probably get to that when I have more time. Once I finish these projects and I'm able to dissect or plan out that kind of video, then I'll do that to hopefully help other people that want to make their own books. So, but yeah, we got that, and we'll probably be doing a webtoon launch at some point for the Renown book. Um, if not this weekend, maybe in the near future, hopefully. So, if it's the katana guy, you can make him with holstered katana, head down, typical pose to cowboys in background somewhere with that pose you said you liked. Yeah, I have something like that in mind in the sketchbook where they're both like in action poses, and I think I might do something like that. Vince, that's awesome. All right, sweet, good. Oh, glad you enjoy it, or you can be more creative, make it similar pose to what he holds with a katana next to his shoulder. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Launch your web on my tune, Brock. Yeah. In the words of John Wick, yeah. So, anyway, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Super cool. Super cool of you to do such a thing. I'm here for the funny. Yeah, you are. You beautiful son of a gun. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna call it here, my friends. But you know, we got pages to work on tomorrow. So I might just be bouncing around. Probably gonna start off just lettering everything first and then jump into inking every page. On top of that, I got these pages still that I need to finish up. So I'm gonna try and make this like the most like crazy month ever. Just knock out a whole bunch of stuff. Good game, Manny. Thanks for streaming. Dude, thanks for joining. I'm going to get some sleep. Or jerk. Hey, Vince, you have a good night. I don't know what you need for presumptions of me. You know, I'm just a guy, dude. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Smooches.